I think it's taller than you now, Manny. Oh no, you're still beating it just by a little bit. It is getting wider though, for sure. I got them these balls that you can bounce on from Walmart. I think they were $10. I can't remember for sure though. I'll link them down below. They are really fun.
Now everything will glow.
Is that what happens when you blow them?
Yeah, every which plant glows. Oh, another one. These are flying seeds, and the air carries these seeds.
That's right. Uh-oh, you might have some growing on your head. Back porch makeover.
We're gonna screen in these windows right here.
Have you been eating powdered donuts? Is it paint on your mouth?
Yeah, the stain that we used didn't match the deck, and they didn't have anything that would match. This is a one coat. This is almost like paint. It's stained, but it's almost like paint. That over there is like an oil-based stain.
Yeah.
And it's got like a transparent deal to it, so I couldn't get it to look right, and so this is the only other thing I could do.
Yeah. Well, I told him a while back we were actually thinking about turning this into an extra room.
I was.
Like an add-on to the kitchen.
Yeah.
It is going to kind of be, but an outdoor one.
Thing. You know, in the winter when it's cold, you know, you might want to come out here and eat. And I'm going to put like either a small wood stove right there, more than likely, or either some kind of fireplace.
Mm-hmm. So it is kind of an add-on to the kitchen, but an outdoor one.
Yeah, it's going to be outdoor.
And it'll be able to be warm with the little heater thing. And in the summer, we still feel, we got the ceiling fan and there's still a breeze because of the screen.
This screen, and then the doors are going to have screens on them. So
yeah.
The only thing that's really going to be closed in is that right there.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, I came back inside because I gotta get supper started. Got Manly cleaned up because he played hard out there. I mean, he played really hard. He got wet playing in the stream over there, bouncing on his ball in that little stream part. Now it's time to cook supper. There's still gonna be some banging noises coming from the back porch. I'm pretty excited about the back porch deal. At first, Titus was just gonna put up new screen. We kept trying to decide what we wanted to do. Eventually, you know, I told y'all I wanted it to be a room that we just added on to the kitchen, like just turn the covered part of the porch into another part of the kitchen. Well, it would have been a long time before that happened because, you know, actually turning it into another room, there's a lot more involved than just changing up the way it looks. So even though it's not gonna be another room, it's gonna feel like another room since he's closing it in. The screen out there has been needing to be replaced for probably 2 years now, I guess. Some parts of it were completely, like, we'd already just cut some of it off because it was in such bad shape. It had been there for a long time. He's gonna be really busy the rest of this week. So he decided today he'd go ahead and get that finished because they, you know, they stained the back porch last week. And that's when he realized it wasn't matching out there. Which I was like, it's fine, just, you know, but there are two different types of people in the world. Well, maybe more than two, but in this case, there are two. There are those that can say it'll be okay, we'll get to it later. And there are others where the word later just does not exist. That's him. There is no later. It's right now. All right, so we're gonna make some mushroom and Swiss hamburger steaks, like hamburger patties with mushroom and Swiss. We're also gonna make some fried Brussels sprouts. Titus loves the Brussels sprouts from Longhorn. Is it Longhorn? Yeah, Longhorn. He loves their Brussels sprouts. We were watching a video the other night. It wasn't about Longhorn. It was about another restaurant in North Carolina. This guy goes around. Y'all will have to explain this to me if you're from this county. I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about. We haven't watched all their videos. But they call it I think it's Surry County, and they call it the Surry County Trail, or maybe they call it by the food names. I'll have to rewatch it again and see. There's a ground steak trail, I think they call it, where the restaurants, I'm starting some bacon over here in this pan for the Brussels sprouts. You know what, I need to be making my ground beef patties first, probably. We'll go ahead and make the bacon though. Anyway, they call it the ground steak trail, which is pretty much a loose meat burger with kind of like those Paula Deen onion burgers that I made a while back. It's kind of like those, but they put slaw on them. I'm pretty sure they prepare the meat about the same way. They put slaw on them and tomato on the sandwiches. So they have that. I guess like they're trying to keep that food in existence or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. You know how some foods fade out over time, and I don't know if that's what they're trying to like keep those recipes going or something. But anyway, there's also Sonker, the Sonker Trail they call it. Sonker, I was like, what is that? Because I've never heard that word before, but it looked like a cobbler. So I looked up, what is Sonker? I've never heard it before. Anyway, it is kind of like a cobbler. It's also kind of like, y'all have seen me make the pandowdy. It's kind of like a pandowdy, and some people call it something else. Cobbler, pandowdy, sonker now, and I can't remember. Seems like there's probably a few more words that people call it, but it's kind of like a cobbler, a fruit cobbler. But the breading is made a little bit different. It's kind of, from what I read, it's looks like a pancake batter kind of, but then when it bakes up, it's kind of like a biscuit on top. But some of the people's, I've watched a few of his videos now, and some of the ones who have the sonker, it doesn't really look like a biscuit. It looks like a big old dumpling on top, which looks really, really good. The point is, at one of the restaurants he was at, they made fried Brussels sprouts, and they looked almost just like the ones that Longhorn has. So we're kind of using how they said they make their fried Brussels sprouts. First, I'm gonna wash the Brussels sprouts, then we're gonna cut them in half. Manly's in there being Tarzan, if y'all hear that in the background. That's him. Okay, so I'm just gonna let the bacon cook. We'll go ahead and wash these, then we'll make the patties for the mushroom and Swiss hamburger steaks. Brought some carrots out. Yeah, I think I'll just make some of the sweet carrots to go on the side with this too. I'll get those started after this tea is done. It is done now. Never mind, I forgot I used those other carrots for the carrot cake. So, I think we'll have some baked beans with it. Would that be good?
Oh, yeah.
What's that I smell?
You smell bacon. So y'all let me know, have you ever made a sonker before? I mean, that's what they call it, just a sonker. And they serve it with ice cream, just like you would, you know, a cobbler. Like sometimes we serve ice cream with, I say serve, like, you know, it's my family restaurant, only my family eats here. In this pan with the ground beef, I still have the first batch of patties in there. I have 3 more to cook after those. I'm gonna wash these mushrooms and cook them over here to the side because the patties have shrunk up enough now. They got small enough now that I can cook the mushrooms over here on the side. Okay, I'm gonna put the baked beans back here real quick. Then we'll start the Brussels sprouts. So I have 1 can of Bush's baked beans, a little can, and 2 cans of pork and beans. So what I'm gonna do is put all of those into this pot, and then I'll add a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of our bacon drippings, and they'll be good. Let me flip these patties here. But yeah, this will make these baked beans taste a little, you know, it spruces them up a little bit, makes them a little bit better. We're just gonna sit these on a plate over to the side until our other ones get done, then they'll all go back in this pan. All right, beans going in. This is opening up the last pan for me. And I'm gonna chop up this onion because we're gonna cook it in the pan before we add the Brussels sprouts. Now, I had another can of pork and beans, but Jake's not gonna be here tonight, so I think this will be enough. We'll put a little brown sugar. I put in probably, I didn't measure it, maybe half a cup of barbecue sauce, and I just used the Kinder's mild barbecue. For those 3 pans, I did about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And now we'll put a little bit of our bacon drippings in there. I think I'll put a little dash of ground mustard in there too. Okay, so we'll let the onions cook for about 5 minutes before we add the Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them in half though. I think these are ready. I'm gonna flip them and add the other ones back in. And I'm gonna leave one out because Sissy said she doesn't want the cheese and mushrooms and stuff on hers. So just put a piece of cheese on top of each one. Cover it to melt the cheese. Back over here, we are nice and melty. I'm going to put the mushrooms back in here. We'll let those warm back up, and these are done. I'll turn it off, but leave the top on so it can stay warm. Okay, we're going to put the bacon in here with the Brussels sprouts. And we're gonna drizzle over a little bit of sorghum. Now I'm sure Longhorn probably does not use sorghum, but that little restaurant on that show did, so we're gonna try it. Longhorn does put something on theirs that makes them a little sweet. I'm not sure if it's honey or what it is. It might be maple syrup, I don't know. There is something on them that makes them a little sweet.
All right, I like how you got that kind of blackened. That's what you want. That's really good.
Do they taste kind of like Longhorns?
I'll go ahead and sample this meat too. This is a little different, ain't it?
Well, I've made this before. It's just like a mushroom and Swiss hamburger steak. Oh, he's
I'm
dipping
gonna
it.
dip this in my beans.
Okay. Now that's different. Better blow. Ooh. How are the beans? I spiced those up a little. Not spicy, but you know, spruced.
Barbecue house quality.
Really?
Great. Folks, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, now it's done got kind of late tonight. I'm making coffee because I didn't realize that Betty's Country Store had them most delicious donuts on the earth. I'm just being honest with you.
Y'all,
Folks, that right there is so moist.
it's almost like hide them from yourself good. That's how good they are. And I don't even know, like,
What in the world?
I've never seen these before. This brand or whatever this, you know, I've just never seen these before. But
If you ever
like,
go to Betty's Country Store, you make sure you get them.
this is how we can tell y'all how moist. This box is probably like 5 pounds. I don't know, it's so heavy because it's filled with blueberry goodness. Look at that.
Right.
For real. If you see any store around you that carries those, just, you know,
Grab them.
take caution.
Grab 'em.
Be careful. You're gonna eat the whole box.
Yeah, that is some kind of moist right there. What's wrong with
Oh, it ain't plugged up.
Oh.
This morning I took it in the laundry room and did it so I wouldn't wake up the children.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?